Okay, here we go. There I am. Okay, good evening. It's going to be a cold night tonight. Oh my goodness. I've been running around like a crazy person all day today. Lots and lots of errands and things going on around here at the moment. And so I'm a little bit behind schedule. So as usual, I've got some ideas in my head of what I might be going to do. I am going to make a couple of cards with you tonight. Hello, hi, we have people here, so nice to see you. I'm going to pop the phone in the holder in just a moment. In fact, I might do that now so I'm not so wobbly. So give me a second and let's see if I can get us focused on here. And then I'll move the phone in just a moment. Sorry about this, I'm just putting my hand over the camera, I think. Oh, is that better? There we go. Yay! Hey, hi Jess. Who have I got? Hello, Helen. Your friend Susan contacted me with an order, so that was lovely. Thank you so much. Hey, Sheila. Good to see you too. Hey. Hi. Nice to be here. What a crazy time we're having right now. There just seems, and I mean, we've got everything that's going on, but also at the moment, my daughter is approaching her HSC. We've got trials about to start. We had parent-teacher night yesterday for both kids, and it's just bang, 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 one thing after another. And I'm not complaining because I know lots of people are in the same situation. So I just feel like I'm chasing my tail all the time. Thank goodness I have a nice, calm job for the most part. Thank goodness for that. Okay, and I do. Hello, Fran. Hey, Katrina. Oh, nice to see people here. Let me see. Hello, Linda. Am I seeing you tomorrow? Were you able to get away tomorrow? I know you've got a lot going on at your place too. Who else we got? Hey, Roz. Nice to see you. Oh, it's lovely to have people here. And if I've missed anybody, my apologies. I'm really sorry if I've missed you. Anyone who said hello. When I'm creating, like usual, I won't be able to see your comments because I'll be focused down on what I'm doing. So I will check back. Oh, thanks, Roz. Yes. Yes, good luck. There's lots going on there at the moment as well. So, yeah, I'll update you at some point. Okay, so... where was I? Tomorrow I have a scrapbooking class up in the Hunter Valley, which is a bit exciting. So it's my first scrapbooking class since I think, oh, it might have been February, maybe February or March. Anyway, it's a long time. It's a really long time. So numbers, obviously we had to keep the numbers low. It's in the Taste of the Country Cafe. So everything is going to be done right. Lots of hand sanitizer and all that kind of stuff. Everything's changing, hasn't it? It's all different now. But yeah, it's just a small group, and I've got a couple of projects for that I have actually posted here on my page over the last few days. So so you can go back and have a look at those. I actually really love the one I did today. This morning I finished. I had it in my head for a while, but I finished it. I'll just quickly grab it and show you. It's right here. Here it is. So this is the one I did finished off this morning, and I just love how it, yeah, thank you, thanks so much. I hope I don't need luck, but yeah. Hey there, Deborah, how are you going? Nice to see you, Deb. All right, so yeah, this is obviously you can see I've got the sunflower set here where I've done a couple of sunflowers. You like it? Good, thank you. And I've also used a couple of other things in here, and I'm going to use those with you on a card tonight so that you can see what those are. This is actually, these circles are from something new in the new holiday catalogue, the new mini. So I'm going to show you those. So that'll be cool. And then this sentiment, I love this sentiment. It's from a set called Ridiculously Awesome. Is it Ridiculously Awesome? Yeah, I think it is. And that's in the annual catalogue, and I just really loved it. So this one says, it says, "You are my sunshine." There's one that says, "P.S. I love you." There's one that says, "Make today ridiculously awesome." And I like all those big sentiments because they're great for scrapbook pages, and you can use them in lots of different ways. I nearly did this one with a picture of my cat, who's, I was going to say he's on the floor under my feet, but he's actually disappeared. and instead I was just going to ink up the sunshine bit with my markers, and then have, because it was a picture of him sitting in the sun on the windowsill, and I was just going to say, you know, sitting in the sunshine, and just get rid of the "you are my," and that way I could use it for that as well. So it's quite versatile. You can do a lot of different things with it. Also, this here, this what looks like DSP, the black and white check, that's actually a stamp. And it was actually, it's actually, I'll be a bit sneaky, it's a retired stamp called Tiny Keepsakes, which was around last holiday catalogue. Yeah, well, good. I hope you get to stamp too. Hey Chris, how you doing? Excuse me. So I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. So, we don't have this one anymore, but you can get exactly the same result from the Buffalo Check background stamp, which is in the catalogue currently. So that's current. So even though I don't have the Buffalo Check, I had this one, and they're pretty much the same. So it's just black and white. So I've just inked it up in Memento on white cardstock, and that's the result. Looks good, huh? So that's what we're doing tomorrow. And also I've used the wood grain. I love, can you see how close? See the wood grain paper? That's in that beautiful In Good Taste DSP, and I just love that DSP. I think it's so beautiful, and you can use it in so many different ways. Perfect for scrapping if you're a scrapper. So that's one of the things we're doing tomorrow. There you go. All right, so I'm about to turn the camera around and we'll get started, because I have to finish packing ready for tomorrow. So I've still got stuff to do tonight, but I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of stamping with you. This is like a little bit of time out for me. Okay, so let me get this camera turned around. Give me a second. Oh, yes, Jess, that's awesome. Oh, it's you're in the UK. Nice to see you over there. Yes, we're in the process. One of the things that's going on with my daughter, we're in the process. She's actually been offered a place in the UK next year, which, given this crazy COVID world at the moment, I'm just wondering whether we're right to even let her go. But she's 18. So, you know, well, she will be. She's going to be 18 in a few weeks, so she can technically make that decision. So, you know, lots of planning, and we're not sure if it's going to happen yet, but we're in the middle of those negotiations at the moment. So, yes. So there you go. Yeah, it is cool. It's at Oxford, so right in the middle, down the bottom there, and yeah, it's kind of cool. So, not at the university or anything. It's actually at a boarding college, boarding school. So there we go. All right, let's get this camera turned around and let's do it. And I'm just going to, you'll be looking at my reflection there for a second. Let me get this turned around. Whoop. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to rejig. This is not going to work. I need to actually take it out all together, and then I'm going to reposition. That's better. Getting closer. Right, can everyone see that? I'm sorry about the moving around. And is it still the right way? It should still be. I'm hoping you can see what's going on there. I'll move these out of the way. Alright, so I'm using one of my favourite colours at the moment. I'm just in love with this new Bumblebee colour. I didn't expect to like it so much. The Misty Moonlight, the blue one, which is that colour. That was my favourite initially because it's blue and I always go for blue. But I just find I'm using this Bumblebee so much, and it's really handy, and I like a lot of the things that go with it. Like, I love this Bumblebee gingham ribbon. That's just stunning. Love it. So I'm going to do a card first with one of my favourite new sets, which is the Celebrate Sunflower set. So this is not even New Mini. You might be a bit surprised. You probably thought I'd just do New Mini. My second card, I'm going to do a little bit New Mini on this one as well, but I'm going to do my second card New Mini. But this is just something I've been playing around with, and also because I was playing around with the sunflowers on my scrapbook page, it's been in my head all day. So I'm just going to open up my Bumblebee ink pad, and I've already got my large sunflower here on block E. And you might have seen, I did a video a couple of weeks ago, not a Facebook Live, it was a YouTube video, and you're welcome to go have a look at that, with the blue flower, and I painted it with the white. And I really like that, and you could do that on this colour as well. It would also give you a really, really great result. I'm actually thinking I might go this way. I'm making this up, as you can tell. I'm going to make this up as I go along. Alright, so I'm just going to go tone on tone here, because that always looks good, right? I'm going to do a little bit over here. So I've just got kind of the hint of one here, and then I'm going to use something new. Now this is where I'm crossing over into the new mini. This is a set called Life is Beautiful, and this is $1 million stamp set, and what that means is it's being designed by a demonstrator who reached $10 million in sales, because that's one of the rewards when you get to your $1 million is you get to design your own stamp set. So they work with the concept artists that Stampin' Up, and this is Leanne Greff's Life is Beautiful set, and I've actually liked all of the I've already got it out. I'm going to be using this one here. I've liked all of the stamp sets created by the $1 Million Achievers. They all seem to have such a great sense of style, and I really like that. So I just thought I'd use, I love these little circles. I did a card the other day where I put the little kind of look like snowflakes, or maybe oh, what do you call those things? You know, the things you blow in the wind. Dandelions, is that right? Anyway, you know what I mean. They kind of look like that too, and I covered the tree in those, and that looks really pretty, and it was on a pink background, so you might have seen that card. But today I'm going with the circles, and I'm just going to use them as a bit of a background filler. So I just really like these. I just think they're so cute and cool, and they just give a really nice background, and I've used them on my scrapbook page as well. Aren't they cute? All these little dots. And it's not something you would necessarily think of straight away, but they're just really, and you can be quite haphazard with them. You don't need to be particularly precise, because there we go. See how that, isn't that cute? I really like it. Just making sure you can see that in the screen okay. Is that showing? Yeah. It's cool. I just think that's such a cool little background. And they're also meant to, I think you can use them as like to represent leaves on the tree as well, or fruit or something. But I just think they're really nice to make backgrounds with. And I'm just, this card is going to be super simple. I'm just thinking I'm going to go with, this is one of the So Sweet, Stitch So Sweetly dies, which is this really nice shape. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this one, the Congratulations on Reaching a Whole New Level of Wonderful. You could also do, I think you would be able to get Let's Celebrate You. I don't know if that would fit or not. Let's see, would it? Yeah, it would, but I think the other one looks better size-wise. So let's get that one out. And I'm going to use block D for this. Alright, and I'm going to go, because I like the way soft suede looks with the bumblebee, I'm going to stamp that on here. And when it comes to getting my stamps straight, I like to use my grid paper. So, you know, I line it up so, you know, this corner here on the top right is at the same level as this one over here on the top left, and that way you know it's straight, and that just helps you. I'm going to bring my head in for a second, my apologies. That just helps me get it straightened up when I put my stamp on. So if I put my piece underneath on the grid paper, I'm also going to find it easier to line my stamp up as well. So that's rather cute, isn't it? Now, if I wanted to, this would be a great thing like we did last time where I was on the blue. I could colour these petals in white, and that would just look absolutely beautiful. Really would look good. I'm not going to do that today because it's a little bit time consuming, and I'm actually deciding whether I want to do anything at all, but I might. Making it up as I go, because that's what I do. So Facebook Lives, like when I do a YouTube video, I know, I'm just going to get, there's been green on this one, and I'm just going to squeeze all that ink out until it comes clear, and that's how you then use them for another colour. When I do a YouTube video, I know in advance exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have all the pieces cut up and all that kind of thing. But when I do a Facebook Live, half the time I have no idea. And I was really worried about that initially, because I thought, that was a bad look. But I've decided now it's not, because this is a chance where it's almost like inviting my friends to my craft room, you guys, and just playing around. It's kind of like that. So when I do a Facebook Live, it tends to be, I tend to have a vague idea. I might know what stamp set I want to create with. Occasionally I have a bit more of an idea what I'm doing, but I'm just picking up a bit of this yellow ink, and I'm just going to darken up the middle of these flowers a little bit, just to give them a little bit more drama. And I'm also going to do the same to some of my leaves. I'm not even going to do them all. I'm kind of being really rough with it, because I want them to pick up a little bit of the colour, but not too much. And will it blur them? If I added a lot of water, yes, they could run, but when you're only adding a small amount of water, it's okay. And because it's tone on tone, so hopefully you can see this one's just a little bit darker than that one, because I've added this extra colour. Being rough. There we go. And I might add a bit more ink, just give it a bit more of a squeeze, and that puts a little bit more ink here onto my palette, what I'm calling the palette. It's just a lid, isn't it? But so I'm just going to add some bit of drama to this one as well. It's just a really simple thing to do. You don't need to be clever at all to do this. You just kind of whip around it really roughly, and that just brings out the flowers just a little bit more. Oh, I better do this one over here. He'll be feeling lonely. So I heard on the radio this afternoon that they said it might get down to 2 degrees here on the Central Coast tonight, and I reckon that's about as cold as it's been this winter. That's cold. Other people are probably going, that's not cold at all, but it is for us. And you know what? I think it really does get cold here, and the reason why I think we feel the cold is because we like to pretend that it doesn't get cold, therefore we're not prepared for it. So when it does actually get cold, we have no idea what we're doing, because we haven't got the right heating, we haven't got really almost anything ready for preparation. It's crazy, actually. I'm just folding a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock. Now this is a piece of A4 if you're here in Australia. This is a piece of A4 cardstock, and then cut in half and folded in half again, and that makes your card front. You don't have to be any more particular than that. Just half a piece and then fold it in half. Right, so I'm going to pop that on here. Now I'm actually going to use, I've got here some of our new adhesive, and I've had some people ask me how that works and what it's like. We have two. There's the Stamp and Seal, which has kind of replaced the old snail, okay? I will honestly say, hand on my heart, this is a better adhesive than snail, and it's better because it is stickier. It definitely gives you a better stick. However, there is a little bit of a learning curve to learning to use it, because it's not snail. Okay, so you don't use it in quite the same way. You need to apply a little bit of a different pressure, and you need to give it a little bit of special treatment. So I'm going to start with the Seal Plus. This is actually the easier one to use, and it's the stronger of the two. So this one is great for like cardstock to cardstock, boxes and 3D items, that sort of thing. This is the Stamp and Seal Plus. The cool thing about both of these is there is now, instead of snail had 12 meters on a roll, these guys have 15. So they should, if you're using them correctly, they should last you longer. And what I like to do to make it last as long as possible, first of all, I feel here to make sure it is sticky and ready to go. I pop it down, and then I just run it along the edge. I always go with the short edge, okay? That way, if I put it on the two short edges and a little bit along the long edge, I will use less than if I was applying it all the way around or on the long edges. So now I went over the edge a little bit. I need to fold it. It kind of comes out in almost like a piece of tape when it goes on, and I wasn't really paying attention what I was doing, and I went over the edge. So you just sort of fold it back on, okay? But it's super, super strong, and I find it really easy to use. You can see how easy it was for me to use it just then. So I'm going to just careful. Well, I'm sorry, I have to bring my head in. I just like to be over my project when I'm sticking things together. And I also want to make sure I go slowly, because this stuff, like I said, it's really, really strong, and I don't want to put it where it shouldn't go, because once it's down, it's down. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to pop this guy. I'll put him on dimensionals, because dimensionals, I can't get enough dimensionals, really. I use dimensionals on everything. I love them. So I'm just going to pop a few. 4 will be enough. I don't like to go too close to the edge. Did you guys know we have black dimensionals? Black dimensionals are awesome because you can use them behind all your dark colours and they look fantastic. Right, is that about right? Let me see. I'm going to put this in the middle. Once again, I'm using that centre line there in my grid paper, and that helps me line things up as well. It's a pretty simple little card, isn't it? I've got this beautiful, I mentioned it before, this beautiful gingham ribbon. This is the Bumblebee gingham. I just love it. I've actually got a ribbon that I tied earlier that I was going to use on my scrapbook page and then changed my mind. So I'm actually going to use it now. Save me having to tie another ribbon. If ever you do that, just put a glue dot on the back of it and stick it to your roll. That's what I do. If I've tied a ribbon and decide not to use it, I put a glue dot on the back, stick it to my roll, and it's ready to use later. So that's just a little tip for you. I'm going to pop that there, and it will need to have some scissors, which are just out of reach. There we are. Some scissors to trim that off because it really is quite long. You can always go shorter, but you can't go longer, so sometimes I go shorter in bits. There we go, that looks better. And it's needing, I think, a little bit of bling because, you know, doesn't everything? So I've got some of these beautiful gold gilded gems, they're called. And I might put one up here in this corner here, and then maybe a smaller one over here. There you go, just a simple little card. So I just made my own background with my 3 sunflowers and then my circles from the Life is Beautiful set. So they're the 2 that I used for that card. So that's one from the annual and one from the mini. I just love this Life is Beautiful set. I just think it's so useful. And see, I use the circles here as well. See, on my scrapbook page, I put the circles behind, coming out from underneath the photograph and underneath these sunflowers. And these are the sunflower dies that match this beautiful sunflower. And the die, I mean, there's one there. Here's one I prepared earlier. And I just think they're lovely. That one's cut out of gold foil. And then I've got a couple of the leaves from the same set, and I've also used it to cut out the smaller sunflower from the sunflower stamp set. So there you go. That's how I put those together. All right, so let's pop these bits and pieces away. And then I thought I might look at something that's new. So I'm going to play quickly around with these guys. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them yet, but I want to show them to you because this is a bit of a special set. This is a fundraiser set, and I love it when Stampin' Up! Do this. They will frequently put a fundraiser set in a catalogue. Here it is on page 24 and 25 and 26. So they've got some beautiful samples. It's called Trimming the Town. Then you've got your little houses and the little trees and bits and pieces. Got this awesome designer series paper, which I'm going to show you in a second. And then we've got the Coming Home bundle, which is the little set of houses. There's no sentiments in this set, so you would still need to put Christmas sentiments or whatever sentiments you wanted to have if it wasn't Christmas. And then I think this stamp set isn't just for Christmas. You could use it for, you know, neighbour cards for a neighbour, or welcome home, or, you know, I don't know, welcome to the neighborhood, you know, something else. That you could do all kinds of things with it. And I love that you can use the houses separately. I did a card recently, you might be able, if you scroll back you'll see it, where I had my houses. I think it was this one, and this one from memory. I don't think I used this one. They were, oh maybe I did, I can't remember, but anyway, they were just lined up in the street, okay, and there's a little lamppost and other bits and pieces. But you can actually layer the houses on top of each other. So you can have the main house, this one here, and then put this one over the top of one side so it looks like it comes out here at the front, or this one could go over the top, and then this one can go on the front of there. So you can actually have your house layered up, and you'll see a few cards that I'm going to be doing over the next little while that has those. So quickly, the fundraising bit, it does say down here on page 25 that whenever you purchase this Coming Home stamp set, whether it's individually or part of the bundle, your $4.25 will be donated to charities devoted to adoption, foster care and infertility. Okay, so it's about making a difference. We haven't been told yet, unless somebody knows something and I just have missed it, which charities those actually will be. We know what their purpose is, but I don't think they've named them yet, so I'm kind of waiting. Maybe they have. Someone might be able to correct me. I may have missed that announcement, but I was looking for it and didn't see it. So there you go. And there's some cute little samples here. They made some cute little boxes out of the houses. Super, super cute. So, alright. Has everyone got their catalogue? If you don't have one, send me a message and I'll send you one. If you're in Australia, then I'm very happy to send you one of these. Alright. So let's have a quick look at the paper. I do love this paper. I think it's really, really cute. A little bit whimsical. So there's, as always, 2 sheets of each. I saw Julie Kettlewell in the UK, a friend of ours, who she divided this up into 6 and made 6 cards out of it, just using this paper as an amazing background and then just with a sentiment. Super, super simple cards, and they looked fantastic. The colours in this paper are always listed on the back, also in the catalogue, but in the back here. And the colours are Early Espresso, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Pool Party, Poppy Parade and Whisper White. So some nice, vibrant, simple colours. And that's why I actually had that piece of Misty Moonlight paper here, because I thought this goes so nicely with it that I may put that on as my backing. So we've got 2 sheets. This one kind of got the scene of the village, and on the back it's got the little swirly bits on the red. So this is what they usually do. They'll have a bolder, more graphic design on one side and then the small subtle pattern on the other. So that's quite a normal thing for them to do. Little houses here, super, super cute. And on the back we've got our little snowflakey kind of background on a Misty Moonlight base. Then we have people with their beanies and things on, so that looks quite snowy to me. And then on the back we have our stripes. These stripes are awesome. So even if you don't like one side, or if you like it but you don't think you'll use it, usually what's on the other side will float your boat. So that's kind of cool. Got some cute little Christmas trees. And on the back, love this one. This is one of my favorite papers in here. I love dots, and the red and white dots just look awesome. Love them. I'd like a skirt or a dress with that on it. Then we have little wreaths, and those are good all over the world, doesn't matter where you are. And then on the back of that there's some words. So where the words are here, this is in lots of different languages, and they're Christmas wishes and all that sort of stuff. You can use them exactly as they are, or you can chop them up and use them as sentiments in their own right. So you can do all kinds of things with those. And here, this one, we have just the houses, and they're really cute. The same houses that are in the stamp set. So they're super cute. On the back you've got some stripes. So nice simple designs on one side, and then more of a scenery idea on the other. So I do love them. And now I've got to make the decision which ones I'm going to go with for this card. So maybe I'll go with the dots, because I really, really, really like the dots. So let's do that. Oh no, because I've got Misty Moonlight. I would really want real red if I'm just going to use dots. I have a real red piece as well, close by. Look, here's a real red piece. Maybe I should go with the dots. Oh, it's a big decision. It's a tough decision. Does anyone have a preference? Dots? Or, hey there, friend. Hi, Kay. I'm looking to see if anyone's commented. Hello, Tracy. How you doing? I can't scroll back for some reason. It won't let me, but I'll look at the end to see who's here, and please, if you have any questions, ask them, and I will answer them when this is over. I promise. Okay. So yeah, I'm in two minds. Okay, I'll go with my original plan. I'm going to stay with the Misty Moonlight, and I'll do the dots at a different point. And I'm rather taken with stripes, to be honest. Oh, so many choices. They're too nice. Alright, I'm going to go stripes. And I've got my trusty cutter here. If you don't have a trimmer or a cutter, this is a great trimmer. It's nice and light. It's quite precise, and I've really enjoyed working with mine. I think it's a great little trimmer. Right, I'm going to cut a piece that is, I'm making this up as I go. I'm going to go 6.5 centimeters. Do you metric girls? And then I'm going to make this piece 13.8 long. You're probably thinking that's a weird measurement. That's because I know exactly how big this one is going to have to be. So this is going to be my card front size piece, and I'm making it, these are always 14.3 long and 10 wide. If you need measurements in inches, you can contact me and I can work that out for you. So this piece now is going to go right here, just like that. Alright, I haven't made it go all the way across. This is actually, I actually like it to have them a little bit offset rather than having it cover the whole piece. I think it makes it more interesting, but also means you're going through less cardstock. So there's that advantage as well. So I'm going to use my snail. Remember I was talking about this before. The plus we used, and you saw how easy that was to use. The snail is a little bit more trick to it. So a very, very light, first of all, make sure, feel here and make sure it's sticky. Make sure you have a very light touch, and I just don't go too fast, very, very light, and then I lift it like that. And then it has stuck there beautifully. And then each time you could feel it, but if you have lifted it at the end, if it doesn't start to roll again when you do it again, you just need to advance it slightly with your finger. Lift, lift, lift. So it does take a little bit of practice, because if you're trying to use it the same as snail, you will be disappointed. It doesn't feel or work quite the same. All right. Okay, so I've got some bits of Whisper White cardstock. Now this is not the thick, this is just the plain old Whisper White thin stuff, which I actually really like. Okay, and I'm just going to measure this at the halfway point of my A4 sheet, which is at the 14.8 centimeter mark. Okay. Because I'm making cards every day and I've made so many, I think I have these measurements, you know, written across my forehead. There's a bit of a mark on that there. I'm just going to turn that over, because that's what we do when we have a mark on our cardstock, right? that's what works for me. All right, so I'm going to use my Misty Moonlight, or you could also use Night of Navy. And Night of Navy is just very, very similar tonally to Misty Moonlight. They're almost identical, just one's darker than the other. That's all it is, really. So I've got my Coming Home set here, and I'm just deciding. I want to show you what I mean about layering up the... I probably won't finish this card on this video. Probably what I will do is start it, and then I'll post it after this video so that you can see what I've done. So I've got my blocks. I keep my blocks in a drawer right next to my desk here so that I can just reach over and grab them when I know which one I'm using. And I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to pop it here on this piece of white. It is photopolymer, so ideally you want to have either a mat underneath it, or I've got my grid paper, and the grid paper has got a bit of give in it, so it's actually a really ideal base. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to use, where is it? I'll put this little guy here. And I'm going to play around a little bit. You'll see what I mean about when I do the layers. The other thing is there are cute little trees, and there are if you have a look at the book just for a second, the trees cut out really cute with the dies, and you can sort of throw them on top of. I had a card that I did already do with this set, and I should have had that close at hand, but I don't. So where was it? 124. There it is. So yeah, you can cut this house out. I'm not going to cut it out by hand because there are dies to do it. So we've got the 4 houses, but there's also a couple of little other houses which I have used, and that one is close at hand. Oh, and I found the other one too. Huh, there we go. So this one is the one I'm talking about, where I did a watercolor background, and I used 3 houses. These are from these dies, and they are identical, and I just wanted them to look like they're in a little line, a bit like those lovely little houses on the beach down in Melbourne there. So I just thought that looked really nice and really showcased the background. And I had to put this strip across here because when I stamped, I was originally going to just stamp directly onto the background, and I messed it up when I stamped it. Don't you hate it when you do that? So then I had to put a strip over the top to hide my mess, or hide my mistake. I mean, you can fix anything, but I really thought it would have looked better maybe without the strip. But hey, that's what we got. And then this was the other one I was talking about that I did, where I've got my houses all lined up. So like different types of houses, and I've coloured them in with my blends, and then I've also used, I've coloured in the little trees, and I've used the dies to cut the little trees out. And I used some of that balmy blue glimmer paper, because any excuse to use that stuff, man, I love that. That's just fantastic. It's glimmer paper. I mean, how can it be wrong? How can it be bad? All right, so you can see that we can cut these out with the dies, but I just want to give you an idea, because I don't want to walk away, and I'm just going to show you what I mean about the layers. So obviously we'll cut these out properly, but when you are able to, what you do is you put this this house in front of this one, so it looks like this one is, and I would pop that up on dimensionals, and then it looks like it's the front portion of this house. So this is the back and this is the front, and then you can do that with the other one as well, and makes it almost like a little entrance. Let's grab that block. So I hope you see what I mean. So like I said, I'm not going to finish this one off, but I'm going to put it up very, very shortly, and you'll see what I came up with, because I want to colour these in with my blends as well, and that will take some time. I could talk to you whilst I'm doing it, but I don't think you'd find it very riveting. I should do a time-lapse video. So you can put this one on top of this one, so it looks like, you know, you've got your layered house here, and then this one goes on top of this one, and then you look like you have like a layered house with a little entryway here, and it's really rather cute. So I thought I would do that on this card. Do you like that? That's cool, huh? So there you go. Only one card completed in this live video today, but that's okay. We did this one, which I thought turned out really pretty. Very simple, but really, really pretty, and I just love these sunflowers. If you're looking for a good scrapbooking set, I recommend this one. It's fantastic. And also the Ridiculously Awesome set that's got all those lovely big words. That's fantastic as well. So I would highly recommend them. Otherwise, there's some great things here. You could use this for Christmas. We could put a little Christmas tree, and I probably will put a little Christmas tree on it. Or you could use it for any kind of housey occasion. Housewarming. You could use it for housewarming. So, how do we do? Do you like these? Do you have any ideas what you'd like me to do next? Because I'm going to be back again with another video soon. So, if you have any suggestions, pop them below. Write down what you'd like me to play with. I don't have every set from the catalogue. In fact, I've been quite restrained in this mini catalogue. I haven't purchased as many stamp sets as you might imagine, but I have got quite a lot of the papers, and I have got quite a lot of the embellishments, and some ribbon too. So they were just too beautiful to refuse, and I have been able to see how I can do some beautiful things with them. But yeah, there you go. So there's a finished card. There's a started card. and we're going to finish that off for you in a little bit. Anyone got any questions? Hey there, Tani, how you going? Nice to see you. You like the blue and white stripes? Yeah, I like the blue and white stripes too. Alright, I'll scroll back and look at everyone's comments. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck. It's hump day today, so only a few days to the weekend, and I hope everyone has a great remainder to their week. Enjoy, and stay well and safe wherever you are. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.